Hello, Alberta.
Hi, Molly. How are you?
I'm very well. How are you?
I'm good. I'm excited to be here.
It's really nice to hear your voice. We fell in love over voice notes on Instagram. So, this is like our happy place here. When we started chatting online, we both realized that our respective followings are a little bit denim obsessed, as we are. And speaking of followings, I would love for you to introduce yourself to my people before we begin our conversation.
I love that. Hello, Molly's people. My name is Alberta, like the province. My pronouns are she, her. And I'm a personal stylist focused on helping people develop a more sustainable relationship with their wardrobes. And my approach is all about connecting style and storytelling. I think you should do the same for me and for my people.
Hello, Alberta's people. I am Molly, the owner, founder, designer, everything at Decade Studio. I have a small shop in Vancouver, which I'm currently in. My denim brand is essentially the denim brand for people who hate jeans for one reason or another. I make incredible jeans using 100% cotton denim from Italy. They really solve a lot of problems. So that's why people are coming to me for all of their denim woes. And that's literally why we are here today to discuss the highs and lows of denim. And we're answering questions that were submitted via Instagram from all of our people.
I think that's so funny, the highs and the lows. I have to say, one of my denim highs ever over my whole life was putting on Decades for the first time recently. They blew me away, and I've never in my life put on a pair of 100% cotton jeans that are new, that felt the way that they feel. I'm such a dedicated secondhand person in general, but specifically when it comes to denim, every pair of jeans in my wardrobe has been thrifted. And so it felt amazing to pull on a pair of fresh, crisp jeans that just still had that softness and the just such a thoughtful and considered shape. I didn't feel like I was squeezing my body into the jeans. I felt like the jeans were made to fit a body that looks like mine, and that's very, very rare.
That's my goal, honestly. I have a lot of different patterns. They are different from one another to fit different weight distributions and ratios between waist and hip. That's what I do. I like specialize in that. But what we are here to do is to answer the questions that were submitted to our Instagram stories. So we have had a lot of submissions, and a lot of the questions were sort of grouped into the same category. So what we've done is we've come up with sort of the top four. We really want our people to be involved. So if we kick up any dust, please talk to us in the comments, DM us. We want to keep this conversation going.
I think we should jump in. First question.
Let's go.
This is one that came up for both of us quite a lot. And the question that I am going to throw at you, sweet Molly, is elastane really that bad in jeans?
I feel like this question is leading with, I want to have elastane in my denim. Tell me why I shouldn't. And I won't do that. If you want to wear jeans with elastane, wear jeans with elastane. I want people over everything else to just wear what they want to wear. But there are some hard facts about elastane. Elastane is plastic. So when you have jeans with 2% elastane, 1% elastane, you're taking a very long lasting, very durable, and very breathable fiber, and you're injecting plastic into it for a lot of reasons. The primary reason is capitalism. So this is why this is a really
You heard it here, folks.
This is why it's a really complicated subject. Big corporations do not want your product to last a very long time. They don't want it to be repairable. They want to keep you in the purchasing cycle frequently. So that's why elastane is so handy. We've all been told that elastane is what provides comfort in denim, but you can absolutely wear 100% cotton denim that is incredibly comfortable. I wear mine on airplanes. You really just do have to find the jeans that fit you. And of course, finding jeans that fit is a huge, huge issue. It's why I started my company. A lot of people who are coming to me because they've heard that I really do make the best jeans, which is true, are so skeptical. They assume they're going to be disappointed because that's all they've had in the past. Everybody is right to be skeptical. It's really a cursed category, but that's why I exist.
I love that you saw a cursed category and decided to jump in. I think that that says a lot about you. And it says a lot about the jeans because they really are different and they really do feel wonderful. And I've recommended them to countless people. It's hard to do. I think you've done a really, really good job.
I really appreciate you recommending your jeans. Honestly, like word of mouth is the move because of the skepticism barrier. I do know that in the past, primarily what your recommendation has been is thrifting denim. And so this was a big question, how to thrift denim.
How to thrift denim. When it comes to thrifting clothes, I think that the best piece of advice that I have for people who are looking to buy more clothes secondhand and specifically looking for jeans, the move is to pretend that sizes don't exist. And frankly, I will be filing a petition to abolish sizing because it's, you know, this better than probably anyone. We were just talking about this before we started recording. Sizes are not standard across the industry, across categories, across brands. I feel like it's one of the things that gets people tangled up the quickest is trying to find their size. And I think the more valuable tool that you can learn and develop and then base your shopping habits on is actually your body's measurements. And so instead of looking for a size whatever, you know the key measurements of your body and you're able to shop based on that. So you're finding pieces that are going to fit the way that you want them to. People want their denim to fit differently. I personally only wear natural fibers, so I'm never looking for a pair of jeans that have elastane in them, especially after hearing some of the hard facts about elastane from you. And I like my jeans to fit loose. I like some slouch. I like to be comfortable. That might not be the fit that every person is looking for. So I think the best tip is to find your body's key measurements, waist, hip, thigh, and inseam, and then figure out the fit that you like and feel the best in. Do you like something that fits really close to your body? Do you like something that has a bit more positive ease? Do you like your pants to go all the way to the floor? Do you like them a little shorter? Those are all things to consider. I wish that I had a really simple formula or a really simple do this and then you're gonna find jeans that are perfect. It is unfortunately a really hard category. And I think the best tip for thrifting is to look for natural fibers whenever you can and to shop based on your body's measurements rather than sizes.
Totally agree. For women's clothing specifically, sizing has no standard. Men's sizing is standardized. Wow. Cal surprise. In regards to extended sizes or plus sizes, in my experience thrifting, there are far more plus size men's jeans than women's jeans. If you have a higher waist to hip ratio and you are plus size, get to know your local tailor. Like, these people work magic. People who can confidently alter clothing in a professional way, they have to be celebrated. Bring your cotton jeans that you found in the men's section and just get them to fit them to your body. Or shop at Decade.
Or okay, so now that you have thrifted yourself a pair of jeans or gone to Decade or thrifted and gone to the tailor, you've got your jeans. How do you take care of them?
I get this question from almost every customer that comes through my shop. People are very confused about how to wash denim, and I just want to say it is very easy. Denim is cotton. Cotton is easy to wash. However, there are some rules that you want to follow in order to keep your jeans lasting as long as they can in your wardrobe. Before I get into this, these rules are only for 100% cotton denim. There is no way to properly care for plastic in your wardrobe. It is literally designed to break down in the wash so that you buy more. That's what it's there for. 100% cotton denim. Cold water, inside out, hang to dry. That's it. The instructions get a little bit more specific with raw denim. Raw denim is deep, dark, super even indigo. Anything stone washed has already been processed and washed. and raw denim hasn't, what you want to do is go as long as you possibly can before washing your raw denim for the first time and in between washes once you have washed them the first time. This is because your body will start to create these incredibly beautiful deep creases and folds, and then the indigo will sort of pull out and create beautiful whiskering. This is the dream. You want your raw denim to look worn, and washing them sort of pulls out the indigo everywhere else a little more evenly, and it's just kind of a shame to do that to your raw jeans that have developed this like incredibly personal patina. So I recommend hand washing inside out, cold water, and hang to dry, and just try not to touch them. You just want to lay them in the tub and just like let them chill. One more thing to note about raw denim is you don't have to worry about them getting stinky between washes because they breathe, because they're 100% cotton denim.
That's actually something that quite a few people asked on my end. I had a lot of people curious about the best way to care for their denim, and I had a couple of people ask about refreshing denim, and I have a couple of tips for that. The only thing that I want to add to washing your denim is if any of your clothes have a zipper, any of them, make sure that you do that zipper up. Do up all your zippers, all your buttons before you put something into the wash. If you ever have your clothes come out of the wash with little teeny tiny holes in them, it's probably a zipper chewing on your clothes as they're being tossed around.
I don't use zippers for a lot of reasons. One of those reasons is I don't use synthetic fibers, and it is very difficult to source zippers with a natural zipper tape. Also, I am not putting a zipper in the wash with anything that I own.
We've all done it. We've all done it. But what I wanted to say too about freshening up your jeans, one of my favorite tricks, I have two, is to use rose water just from the grocery store in a spray bottle. I use that for my knits. I use it for silk. It's something that I used to use a lot when I worked in film and television. You can also use a mixture of vodka and water to remove odor. That's something that we used in film and television a lot if an actor was going to be wearing the same clothes again and we didn't have time to wash them. So that's a great tip also.
I love that you brought up refreshing your jeans with vodka and water. Rose water, I've never tried, but really what refreshing your jeans between washes is referring to is killing bacteria that causes odor. When people say store your jeans in the freezer, conventional freezers are not cold enough to kill the bacteria that causes odor, but steaming is. And I know that you love a good steam. I love a good steam. Steam your jeans, steam your sweaters. This will refresh all of your clothing and will kill any larvae from any moths before you store them for the season. So let's move on to another question that we got repeatedly. A question about inseam lengths. Inseam lengths are complicated. First of all, I want to hear your opinions on inseam lengths.
My feelings around cuffing and hemming and inseams in general, I would say 75 to 80% of the pants in my wardrobe, I've had to make some kind of alteration to the inseam length. It's very rare that they're the correct length for what I like. I like a crop right to the ankle bone. I like that equally when I'm wearing boots versus when I'm wearing like a flat and I'm seeing more of the top of the foot. And then I also like a full break. So a break is when the fabric of a pant leg hits the top of your foot and folds back in on itself. You can also have a partial break or a half break, which is just a less deep fold of the fabric. You can also have no break, which is when the leg of the pant just goes straight and long. I either like no break, crop to the ankle, or a full break, like a little bit of a puddle, or like you often say, like a stack. Those are the two lengths that I dig, and how I achieve those lengths varies depending on the garment. I love a big deep cuff sometimes. That's what I do with my decades. The piece of advice when it comes to inseams, it's really a good thing to go by, is your personal preference, taking into consideration the shape of the leg of the pant, taking into consideration the shoes that you most frequently wear with those pants, taking into consideration the shape that you're hoping to create. And part of finding your personal preference is going to be playing around with it. Cuffing is an art form. It's something that can change the whole spirit of the outfit. It's really impactful. It's subtle, but it's impactful, and it's something that it just adds a layer of intention, and I think you can do some really interesting things with cuffing.
Okay, this is one of those questions that I have a really hard time answering because it really is dependent on you. And if you can't determine what your preference is for inseams, I can't either. This relates directly to what you were just saying. I recommend taking a look at the jeans and looking at the intended fit and the intended style. For instance, I have a pair of denim in my collection called the Noel trouser, and they are intentionally designed with a very, very long inseam. I know that the inseam, being 34 inches, is going to be too long for most people, and that is part of the design. The design is meant to be stacked on your shoe, plus cuffed deeply. So that's the intended design of these. Look at the way they were photographed online. That's usually a really good indication because stylists are there working and styling the jeans as intended. Just sort of get an indication of the intended fit and then hem accordingly. Also, unless you're taking off more than 3 inches, I don't recommend hemming. And this is because cuffing offers unlimited styling options. I know this is tall girl privilege, but if you don't have to hem, don't. You have already solved like 70% of the problem by identifying what you like, right? I like variety, so I never hem my jeans. And if you like something right at the ankle, cut them off. It doesn't matter. You know what you like.
You hit the nail on the head. It's truly all about personal preference, and it's not something that anyone can tell you is right or wrong. It's going to be about what feels right for the outfit at hand.
Personal preferences and knowing your body measurements are such a game changer for shopping, and especially shopping online.
Absolutely. I think that is perhaps the 3 pieces of advice that have come out of this conversation. Get to know your tailor, get to know your body's measurements, and honestly lean into your personal preferences. I don't think that there's better style advice than that out there, frankly. And I think a really important element of discovering your personal preferences is making those mistakes. Statistically speaking, they cannot all be winners. There's a lot of really valuable learning to be had at the edges of your comfort zone and when you're trying something that's a little bit new, a little bit different. And a lot of the questions that we received actually had to do with pushing outside of your comfort zone in one very specific area. There was no way we were going to be able to cover it in one episode because it is its own episode. But we had a lot of people curious about skinny jeans, whether or not they are in or out of style, how to transition away from them into maybe a different fit. We had a lot of questions that focused on this area, and I know, Molly, that you have a lot to say about skinny jeans.
So, skinny jeans play such a huge role in my life in the year of our Lord 2024. This product has a huge demographic in a chokehold. We want to talk about skinny jeans. However, it actually is so involved, it goes so deep, and we have so much to say that we are actually going to do a part 2.
The skinny jean conversation is also so linked to the trend conversation. And I think it's really good to talk about because I don't think that trends are the enemy. I think that it's really fun to participate in trends when you feel called to and inspired by them. It can be a great way to push outside your comfort zone and expand. But I think that we run into issues when we allow the trends and the trend cycle to be the driving force behind why we're making the choices that we're making.
Everybody's just got to look inward a little bit. I think the really big thing for me, see, we're already starting talking about this mammoth of a conversation, but the thing for me is not really should I, shouldn't I, but it's why am I? Why am I wearing skinny jeans? Why are you wearing skinny jeans? I know why you're wearing skinny jeans. And we are going to get into it very deeply in session 2 of Let's Talk About Jeans. Strap in. Alberta, thank you so much. This was an absolute delight. And where can everybody find you?
My website is albertarose.ca. My Instagram handle is @albertarose, and that links out to anywhere else you might want to go. There's TikTok, there's Pinterest, there's Substack. There's all kinds of fun, sustainable, and attainable style there.
I can be found in my shop in Vancouver, Thursday to Sunday, 11 or 12 to 5, online at decadestudio.com. Instagram and TikTok is decade_studio. And they're also on Substack, but that's a work in progress. And I believe that this is the first video that I'm going to publish on YouTube. So here you are. Welcome to my YouTube. I can't wait to talk to you next time when we talk about skinny jeans.
I'm so looking forward to having another conversation about jeans with you. I really had the time of my life today.
Bye, babe.